crafting through the chaos of life. Thanks so much for joining me for another video. Today I'm continuing to work on this gorgeous journal. The kit is from JunkJournalMama on Etsy, and the name of the kit is The Gentle Giant. Beautiful kit with elephants. If you saw my live a little while ago, I was working on some parts of the pages here. I was making, let me just try and open this up here. I was making these little insert pages that had pockets, and it's made out of, this is actually made out of divider tabs. So I got given to me a whole box of these blank divider tabs. Now you can use numbered ones as well. I just used my little tab punch and papers from, oh shoot, I forgot to look up the name. I'll try and link it down below, but another shop on Etsy that had these beautiful African kind of prints to them. And here's some more. They're just gorgeous. So I did some collaging on the, let's take this out actually, and I can show you how I put this together. Bear with me. I hope everyone's doing well. Okay, so what I did is, again, this is just a tab from, like a divider tab, and then I collaged all over it with the papers. Isn't that pretty? So cute. Okay, and then I sewed around it just with a straight stitch, and then inked up the edges. And then it's a great little addition to my signature. And then I'm going to put pockets. I think this one already has the pockets on it. Let's double check. Yeah, I've got one pocket on here. You can see I've put the pocket on. But yeah, so today I'm going to put these signatures together, and then I'm going to work on kind of the inside cover of this box that I'm repurposing, and then we'll sew in the signatures and whatnot. So let's put this to the side for half a second. What I have here is my journal cover. Again, this was just a collage base that I had on hand, and I thought I saw a little piece lifting up. I do want to fix that before I have it slip my mind. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of art glitter glue underneath there. I think that was the only one that was coming up. The rest seem to be, oh, maybe here. You're going to have that with collage sometimes. You're going to get a little bit of lifting. But if you make sure your glue is right to the edge, there we go. You should be okay. It's just if you're using glue sticks, sometimes it doesn't get all the way to the edges. I'm just going to grab a little, there it is, a little dry wet one. Wet wipe, and just kind of push those down. Perfect. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I had this cover kind of just sitting around, and I thought it would look really cool with this journal topper that I made, and this is a piece from the kit as well. Got a little bit of glue on there. There we go. And then I put some lace underneath this corrugated cardboard, inked it up, glued everything down, and then I Mod Podged over top of this just to give it a little bit more stability. Okay, so for the inside, I have kind of measured out where I want my signatures to be, because what I want to add is one of these bad boys. So this is going to actually go through the back of the journal, and then I can have like little dangly things hanging off of it, right? So what I need to do is put this in before I kind of finish the inside here. Now, typically what I would do is, I just left this box bare. Typically what I would do is put papers both on the inside and outside and then sew, but in this case I didn't, because the inside I thought looked cool this way, just that brown. So I may add some stuff to it after. I definitely am going to add a piece of paper here so that it covers this brad when it pokes through, so you don't see it in between the signatures. Okay, so what I need to do now is figure out where I want this to sit. And so this is not quite, well, it's 3¼ inches. Okay, so 1 1/8 maybe is where we want this to go. Again, guys, I'm too pretty to do math, so let's see. I got my head in the way, sorry. My crazy hair today. I didn't brush my hair or do anything with it. So 1 and half is 3 and 1/8. So I think this is about the middle. And we'll just double check it here. Pretty close. Okay, maybe what I'll do then is, I know that these are 3 centimeters and that's 3 centimeters, so if I split the difference maybe between here, that doesn't look right. Let's try inches maybe. Is it easier with inches? No. Guys, I shouldn't be doing math. Okay, so there's 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, and 2 ticks. So if I go 1 centimeter and 1 tick, it should be 1/8. That should be middle, right? Okay, good. So I put it way down there. I don't know why. But we'll just find out now where we want it to be. I think maybe 1 inch down from the top. Yeah, I think maybe 1 inch down from the top would be good. So we'll measure that up there, and that brings us to here. So I'm not good at planning this stuff out. I usually eyeball it, which I don't know if it's any better. It's a heck of a lot faster, I can guarantee you that much. But okay, so super. That's where we're going to put our hole. And we need a big enough hole that this can go through. I'm debating whether I use this hole punch or if I use my crocodile. My big mamma jamma crocodile. Or it's not, is it crocodile? No, yeah, it's a crocodile. The crocodile 2, matter of fact. Yeah, so, okay. Because if I just use that little one, is that going to be big enough? No. That's too big. So I'm going to actually use this hole here. It's not as big as this, but not as small as the small hole in there. So let's go ahead and, what does it say? So that's 1/8, and this is the 3/16 hole, if you're into numbers and math. So let's actually put the stopper in our glue so that it doesn't gunk up on us. Okay, so I'm going to get my head down so I can see, and then I'm going to line that up somewhat in the middle, somewhat straight. That's what I love about junk journaling, is you don't have to be super precise, which is important because I lack precision and patience. So there's that. Okay, so now what I'm thinking, I mean, you could put an eyelet in there, but I don't think I need to. I think I can just get that in there. Now, see how this goes up? I think I left enough room for it to pop up, but I think with these as well that you can, yeah, you can bend them. Can you turn them? No. Okay, I thought you could turn it so that no, of course you can't, Chala, duh. Never mind, don't mind me. Okay, so you want to make sure that you leave enough room from the top for your brad leg or arm or whatever it is. And I think this is about, I don't know, math guys, about 2 centimeters, which is not quite an inch, 3/4 of an inch maybe, I don't know. Anyways, measure the ones that you have. Oh, I got these off of Amazon, so you could probably go search it up. I'm thinking I might actually, I have a blog, like a WordPress blog that I haven't been using since I was a design team member for Scrap and Stamp Canada. Ooh, English is hard today. So I think what I might do is kind of do a little shopping list. So if you guys, like if I buy something and I use it, I might put the links over on my WordPress blog so that you guys can go and, you know, shop easy from there. And then as well, you know, it just gives me a little tiny kickback, nothing special, but you know, just if you shop through that link, then I'll get, you know, get something. So I might start that up. We'll see. Keep an eye out. Okay, so I'm going to put this through there. Apparently I can't talk and work at the same time. So we need to make sure that this little thing is hanging down that way, right? We want it straight. We don't want it cockeyed at all. We want it up and down. So that's good. And then we will push our brads down. Like so. Perfect. And just so that nothing pokes through the paper, I am going to grab a bit of, oh, I left my clear stuff upstairs. Not clear stuff, the buff stuff. What do I have? You could use washi tape, but I am going to use, actually I can use this. You could use like painter's tape or masking tape, you know, just to put over the top. But this is micropore tape. It's, you get it in the like health section, and you can actually put this on the paper. So the backing of labels and stuff, you know how it's shiny? Let me see if I can pull one off here. So yeah, this type of paper here, you can actually put this micropore tape down onto the paper, cover the whole slick surface, and then you can run it through your printer and print off your own kind of micropore washi tape. Isn't that cool? So many ideas, you guys. So little time. So yeah, I'm just going to actually take this micropore tape, scissors, there they are, and I'm just going to put some over top. I got a few pieces of paper under there. It should be fine. And I do want to add a bit of glue, just in case. I mean, it's fairly sticky. Again, if you're using this for like your homemade washi, you definitely want to add glue, a little bit more glue to the back of it, because micropore tape isn't, you know, it's not supposed to like stick too hard to your skin, so that when you take it off, you're not like ripping the flesh off from the bone, because I'm sure we've all been there, you know, go to the hospital or urgent care or wherever they take blood, and then they stick that horrible, okay, this is not working for me, they stick that horrible little cotton ball or gauze to the inside of your arm or your skin, and you go to rip it off, and it feels like it's, you're being waxed, you know, you just want to scream out, Kelly Clarkson, right? Like, ooh, that's some tough stuff. But micropore tape isn't like that. It is not like that at all. So you do want to give it a little bit. And that's another reason why the hospitals don't actually use micropore tape, is it is a little bit pricey. But you can, again, get it on Amazon, and I'll leave a link. And remember, I like to fold the ends down for a couple different reasons. It's just a lot quicker for me to get the end, and then I'm not picking away and ripping at it. It gives me a nice straight surface to just grab, and it pulls off nicely. I do that with my washi tape as well. I can tell someone has used this. That wasn't me, because now it's all stuck down, and now I gotta struggle to try and, you know, get that edge up without it ripping into like 55 billion little, see how it's split there? Ugh, that just drives me nuts. Okay, but I love my children, because that's most likely who used it last, so just keep remind myself that, so bear with me as I fix this because it will bother me. And then I just fold it over. And then with most washi tapes, you can peel it back up. But if you can't, I mean, it's not a big deal. You're just, you know, wasting a tiny bit as opposed to, you know, having that rip go all the way through. Get what I mean? Okay, moving on from that. So we've got this down. And I know I want pockets in here because I put my signatures purposely more on the inside so that I could have almost like gusseted pockets, or pockets that the person can tuck more on the front, and then there's like, you know, a good, what, it's like a, I don't know, 2 millimeters, I don't know, guys, there's like 2 centimeters, yeah, a good 2 centimeters that, you know, it can stick out or grow, right? You want that room on, if you have pockets on the inside as well. So I do put mine a little more to the middle. With all that to say, okay. Also, I wanted to talk about, you guys, look at this, right? Just wait, there's more. There's so much more you can't even believe. I don't even know where to begin. My son helped me rip apart one of these books, but this is, look at this. Oh, I don't know if you can see that, but it's almost like slow stitched. Can you see that? It's like bumpy. Come on, camera. Focus. It's just gorgeous though, you guys. So this is pieces from the sample books that I get from the blind place by where I work, and she called me and said she has 5 more books for me. So I really need to get making packages on Etsy for you guys of this stuff. Now, on the backs of these, of course, it has this sticky label. It's difficult to get off most of the time. Well, no. I'm gonna actually, no, let me step back. It's not difficult. When you have, so this is the fabric flip that I'm working on. When you have like this type of fabric, it was easy. You can kind of see where the label was there. This was fairly easy to get off. You just need to take your iron to it. I actually use my heat press just because it's faster for me, and I can like just press the clamshell down and it heats everything, and then most of the time I can get the whole thing off on once. This is a bit textured, but the sticker did come off really nicely. Like that label came off quite well. With these more woven fabrics, like this type here, like a linen, or I don't know, what is this? Polyester cotton linen, yeah, embroidery, 100% cotton. I found on this one, I really struggled to get all of the backing off just because I think the glue is just really right into those little fibers and it's holding that paper on. I suppose if I just took my regular iron and, you know, concentrated more on these particular spots, like, so it's starting to come off, that I could pick this all away. Again, it's really not that crucial either, because unless you're using it for a fabric flip, no one's really going to see the back. So, I mean, not the end of the world. I can work with it. I can, you know, continue to heat it and pick away at it. But I was just getting tired of, you know, doing that. I'd rather craft and pick adhesive off the back of fabric. So, with that to say, I'm going to try and remove, likely, if I can, because it's a big undertaking, guys. I have like probably 20 plus books to go through. So I'm going to try and see if I can remove most of the labels for you. If not, if you happen to buy a package from my Etsy shop that does still have the labels on the back of them, just know that you can use your iron to try and get most of it off. Okay, so I know I went on a tangent there. So sorry, but yeah, like, look at this. So great. Like, gorgeous. Can you see a beautiful Christmas journal? Like, that would make a beautiful journal cover. Right? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Like, how gorgeous is that? I'll probably cut it about there. Isn't that beautiful? So I am going to do my best to get these listed on Etsy. They're not there now. Go over, favorite my shop, and when they are ready and posted, you'll get the notification if you favorited my shop. And that's Crafting Chaos by Chala on Etsy. linked down below. Okay, so we are already like 20 minutes in and I really haven't gotten much accomplished. So I do want to make a pocket out of this. That was kind of where I was going with that, is I want to do some fabric pockets, I think. And I mean, I could... I'm just trying to see if I can do like a little gusset so that it has room to expand, right? Could do that. Just much similar, much like, or similar to, I think that sounds better, how you would do it with paper. You're just going to do it with fabric. So I would likely just take this to my sewing machine. Again, because there is some of that stiff paper on the back, might be a little harder for my needle to go through, but again, I would just kind of sew along to create these, a little bit of a gusset for the pocket. And yeah, just go from there. Guess we would want to fold that in, fold that out. You know how gussets work, right? So that is that idea. But we're working on this right now. So I already have this measured. I wrote down on my little kind of, I just have a piece of working paper to keep my surface clean. And I just wrote down 3 centimeters so I wouldn't forget that that is from the fold of the cover to where I want my signatures to be, is 3 centimeters from each side. So I just wrote that on here so I wouldn't forget, because once I cover this, I'm not going to be able to see my lines, right? Let's go ahead and cover this part with, no, it's not going to be big enough. Haven't used this. That might be cool. Actually, I think it's going to be really cool. Let's just use that. Yeah, I think we can use this part here. So I'm just going to use my straight ruler. I kind of like my metal one better for ripping. Let's see if I can find that. Okay, that one. Yeah, let's use this one. It's got the sharper edge to it. So yeah, I want a straighter edge on this, so I'm not going to use my Deco edge ruler, or my Terra Guide, whatever you want to call it. And do a quick, oh, I put the ruler away. Don't use this one, dummy. Jeez, holy crow. I'm okay. Got a ruler right here and I can't even function. Okay, so yeah, 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches. So I'm gonna rip here. Oh, where's 3.5 for a shot? 3.5. Yeah, so about there. Okay. See, sometimes my brain doesn't work very well. Like, I know what I want to do, but I can't get my brain to tell me how to do it. Problem solving might not be my best trait. What was that, right? 3.5, yeah. Okay. Although, having said that, oh no, that's okay. I was just concerned about having a join right here at the crease, because it could lift. But generally you want to kind of go over top to give you a little leeway, but I think that's okay. I can do it on the inside, and then if I need to secure with washi tape over top to give it a bit of structure, I can do that as well. Okay, again, problem solving, working it out. There, nice straight, somewhat good enough. Again, junk journaling isn't absolutely precise. It doesn't have to be. Don't let that scare you, because let me tell you, if I can do this, anybody can, because I am a bumbling moron most of the time. My brain fails me, my logic escapes me, but yet I still seem to come out with pretty things, which makes me happy. Alright, then, and that should cover that nicely. Okay, so I want to use 3-in-1. I do, because I don't think that I'm not sewing it again, so the sewing won't keep it on. And the glue stick just might not be strong enough, especially if you leave the lid off of it and let it dry. There's that. Okay, there's got to be something wrong with the bottom of this. This glue stick is, I don't think it's even. I don't know, it keeps falling over. Okay. So I just get this 3-in-1 at, I just got this at Michael's. You could get it off a good old Amazon too. I'll add that to my list. Let me write that down. Shopping list for website. My handwriting is atrocious. Amazon links. Okay. There we go. Glue down. Yay! Okay, so that worked out well. I'm going to go fairly close to the edge. I think I need to decant this. I did buy some sugar belt bottles from Michael's because I don't know. Listen, Beacon people, your bottles suck to try and squeeze crap out of. I'm frustrated. My hands can't take it. Anybody who's got like any sort of hand issues or arthritis, like I have, I don't know if it's arthritis, I'm sure it's arthritis in my hands. It makes it hard to squeeze these bottles. Let's band together. Everybody email Beacon that we want better bottles for our glue. Gonna take a stand, Beacon. Maybe if all of us write into them, we'll change it. Make it better for us. And most of this is going to be covered up by the signature, but we do kind of want something decorative to be behind there, not just the cardboard itself. And then we will just put this guy on like that. Get our little card to smooth it on down. Now it's going to be a little difficult because we have this hanging off here, so it's not going to sit completely flat on the surface here, so we'll work with it. Put this down. Make sure it's nice and do it from this side as well. Makes it a little bit easier too. Oops, I don't rip anything. Okay. Yeah, so then taping it down, taping this little brad down as well, stops it from twisting. Okay, so now we can go ahead and trim this up. There we go. I'll do a little glue touch up here. You see how that's lifting? I'm just going to go in with my art glitter just because it's got that fine nozzle and it dries clear, and that should just give it just a little bit more oomph to stick down. There we go. Check these edges. How are you over here? You could, oh, I think I glued that to my finger. Use a little bit. I really like this journal. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out because, you know, elephants, I don't know. There's only so much you can do, but I've got the signatures that I really like, the papers I really love, and now it's just a matter of kind of doing the ephemera and stuff once we get this sewn in. And I think it'll be fine. I think I can make things work. I mean, every single thing doesn't have to be elephant, but, you know, it's kind of the main theme. These little pieces again, if you watched my video with what to do with these itty bitty pieces, you go ahead and you get some old business cards, or if people have given you their business cards and you like the cardstock, go ahead and just collage that right on there and create your own custom business cards, right? Try and remember to link that video as well. So yeah, I keep those as well. I think I need to Just scooch along the edge here with some glitter glue. Just makes me feel a bit better knowing that it's secured down on there. How are you? You are good. Okay. So there's that. And then, yeah, so this is hanging over the edge of that crease. This is kind of what I was worried about happening, but I'll see there. I will first of all stick it down with glue, and then I will probably put some washi over it or something. Okay, so that, and wipe up the glue. So try to get that to hold a bit before we start playing around with it. Okay, so that's our front. If I'm using this, what do I want behind it? No, not digging that. Not digging that at all. Oh, but there's this. Would this one work a little bit better? I don't think so, but we'll try. Nope. I think it's this piece. I think I got the color scheme kind of wrong. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to end up looking for some different fabrics that might... I have a ton that would work. I saw whole bunches. So I'll just have to go through my books and find something that would work. Not to fear though. So I'm just going to cover, I don't have to, I'll go down a bit here because we're going to have a pocket, so that'll kind of cover it. But just go down so that it's got a little bit of backing, and I'll ink the edges just to give it a little bit more interest to it. And let's see here. Let's tear these sides down so we know what we're working with. Yeah, so I hope you guys are doing well, that you're crafting along today. Still have beautiful weather here, so far so good. So cannot complain. I am getting excited for Halloween though. As you know, it's one of my favorite holidays. So looking forward to getting the house decorated up as we usually do. We usually have like a big projector kind of thing going on out our front window. Last year we got 400 or 500 kids, so yeah, it's usually a pretty big event. Our neighbors actually came over and they're like, "When are you decorating?" Like, soon. We also have Chala's coming to dig up our front lawn, well, everybody's front lawn really, to put in their fiber optics or whatever it is for internet. And I just know as soon as we get our decorations down is when they're gonna wanna why do I say that, gonna wanna? That's when they're going to want to come and rip up the front lawn when we have all the decorations out. I mean, they've only had the little stakes or flags that they put in the ground for, you know, electrical or what all that is that comes in. I mean, they've had that marked out for, gosh, months and months. Like, my husband actually got sick and tired of waiting for them because he needed to cut the lawn because they were right in the middle of our lawn. And so he just ripped them out and mowed the lawn. So they might have to kind of re-survey before they dig. Because, yeah, they just were taking their sweet time. I mean, I know they got a lot of houses to do, but if they could, you know, give us an estimate. It's just they can't expect to mark it and then 3 months later come back and expect those to still be there. Especially when you have to mow. Okay, so that, I like that. That's going to be cool. This is kind of like a cheetah print. You see that? And what do I want to do with this one? Yeah, I think we'll do this as well. Did have it on the side, hopefully. Doesn't take too long to come out. There we go. I gotta start thinking about Christmas too. I have some ideas of stuff that I want to do, which I might actually start in my next video. I don't know. I should get started on them. But I also need to get this done before the end of the month because it is a gift for someone. So there's that. Okay. Got that. And then I want to take my art glitter glue, go around the edge here. And hopefully that'll just help those edges secure down. We'll see. Whew, that 3-in-1 glue is smelly though. Definitely need to use in a well-ventilated area. Okay. Got that done. Super. And then what do we want to use on the back? I think I like that. I mean, I could have done this, the whole thing the same, but what fun would that be? No, it's too much like that one. I want something completely different. That's not really big enough, is it? Nope. Same pattern, a little different color. Yeah, I really like these. Oh, would this work? I mean, it could. Yeah, it could work. Let's do it. We don't have to rip that page. We're using up what we've already got ripped up, which I like. Okay. Starting to feel my groove. Sometimes it takes you a while to get going, doesn't it? To get in the creative, get those creative juices flowing and figure out what you want to do. Sometimes I can just sit there and stare at a project for literally, it seems like hours and not get anything done because I start psyching myself out with what I want to do. I'm like, oh, I overthink it, and then I've wasted so much time. I should have inked up those edges. Still can. Still can. Not too late. Yeah, I tend to overthink what I'm doing instead of just like enjoying the process and letting it go. I'm like worried about, does it look as good as so-and-so's, or, you know? But the thing is, it's not going to look like so-and-so's because it's mine, and I'm using my papers, and I think I just need to start giving myself a little bit more credit. Are you guys like that? Just kind of look at your stuff and go, But you gotta give yourself, I think, grace to explore and make mistakes. And at the end of the day, it's only paper. And especially with digitals, you can reprint it. Like I know when I'm working with paper packs, I get really kind of antsy because, you know, you've only got so many of those papers in the paper pack, and if you use them all, then you got to go buy them again. Where the nice thing about digitals is that, yeah, if you mess up, you just reprint it, and you can reprint it as much as you like if you like really love that paper, right? So, and I like to support Etsy people, those people who design those images. Wow, I wish I had that talent. In fact, I think my daughter has that talent, and she's 11. She is just, you should see her on her iPad. Like, some of the stuff she creates is gorgeous. And it's really good for her age. Just cute little images. So, yeah, I said to her I want her to make some digital collages stuff for me. She's just got a good eye for that. And the thing too is, if you guys create a collage and you don't like it, don't throw it out. Grab a little gesso. Just put a nice thin layer of gesso over top. And then you can, from there, you know, it's just another layer. Just add a layer of gesso, add some stamping and more papers if you want. You know, you don't have to throw it out. You just, and you do that and you can cut it up and make little clusters like we did a couple weeks ago, or whenever that was. And yeah, okay, this is bugging me. So yeah, that's what I've learned is just do it, have fun, don't overthink it. If it doesn't turn out, I can definitely reuse it and make it into something else, which is probably I'm going to like more. And yeah, there is your little pep talk for the for the day to get you through your crafting. I'm the, well, I always say crafting is my therapy. It truly is. Whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm going to add some more glue here. Whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed and I just need a break from life, you know, I come down here and I just let it all go. So if I have to be your crafting therapist, so be it. Come on by. We will work through our problems together. Okay. Ooh, I really like this, you guys. I'm so excited about this. Again, I didn't have any preconceived notions, and I didn't feel like it was going to come together until I found these papers. So I'm definitely going to have to link this kit for you guys. So fun. How's that working out now? Good, good. Oh, I like that. Okay. So, there we go. For the little tassel stuff, I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I don't want to put them on either until I sew the signatures in. So do we have time for that? We might have time to get one signature sewn in because I'm kind of clumsy. I haven't done this in a while. But I will show you my process of what I like to do. And I need my other ruler back is what I need. There you are. Put this one away. Sorry, I just got to tidy up a little bit so I have room to do what I need. Okay. I will figure out. I've got this one all clipped up. Here are my clips. Okay, so put it on this. Turn it upside down. Okay. When you get your signatures together, I think I have this one the way I like it. We'll do a quick flip through. So I like that. And then I just took a brush and tea dyed the inside. I didn't want a harsh coffee dye on these because it would definitely change the colors here on the front. And it dried a lot quicker too than coffee dyeing. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in this little tab piece. Get it where I want it. 5. So you want to be focused on lining them up from top to bottom through this first process, okay? So eyeball where you want your papers to be from top to bottom. Don't worry about side to side right now, just top to bottom. That's what we're focusing on. And then these beautiful papers that I dyed. So gorgeous. So proud of those. Okay, so again, some of them are a little bit smaller this way, so you just line them up how you like them. You can have some more to the top if you know, like this little, if you have little receipts or something, you can have that more to the top if you like. I like it in the middle. If you have too small of a piece, I might, I don't know, err on the side of caution if you want it, because when you bind it, if you want to catch it with tool holes. So if you're binding this one, you know, you might want your holes a little closer together or whatever. Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense, but okay, that one is good there. And here's some of that coffee dyed. Okay, that goes down like that. This one. I really like this. Quite proud. It's like I build relationships with these journals, and I just love them more and more. The more I make journals, the more, and I'm like, each time I make a new one, I'm like, oh no, this is my favorite. Okay. Alright, I know that was a painful process to wash me, but it's really important that when you go through and set up your signatures, once you have all the papers in where you want them, before you go to bind, line them up how you want from top to bottom first. And then you want to grab a ruler, and this is important because, I don't know, a lot of people don't show you this part. They usually just fold and push down, and but I find this really, really helps you guys. So take your ruler and just slap it right there in that crease. Then close your book with the ruler in it. And then you're just going to push down on your ruler and kind of wiggle it back and forth while you pull up on these papers at the same time. And that is going to get the ends of the papers where you want to bind nice and tight together. Okay? So just give it a wiggle, and I'm pulling up at the same time. And then you grab your clip once you know. So I like to put it down on the table, pull up, and then I know it's not going anywhere, so I can kind of wiggle my finger inside the middle of that signature, and then I can put my clips in. Turn it around. Again, doing the same thing on this side, making sure I didn't lose any of that tension to pull that edge up. And whoops, forgot to put my finger in there. There we go. And then I just secure the other clip. And again, because we weren't pulling side to side, we were pulling kind of straight up, we haven't moved our papers from here to here. So everything should still be lined up from top to bottom how we had it, and now our papers are nice and snug and close to the spine for easy sewing in. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that maybe helps you on your next binding process, because I know sometimes that's a struggle. For me, very much so. Okay, so this is the tricky part. I need a pokey mat. Here we are. There we go. Okay. So the next process is, now because we have more than one signature, this is a little bit more difficult binding in than just say doing an envelope where you would only have one signature, and then you could, if you had a book cradle, you could just poke through the cover and the signature at the same time to get your holes even where you want them. So I would, you know, just wrap the cover around, find the middle of the signature, and then poke through both. I can't do that with 2 or more signatures. So we have to be a little more mathy and figure this out. So I had 3 centimeters where I wanted it. Okay, this is, I didn't measure this one. Sometimes I work in inches, sometimes I work in centimeters. It just depends where everything lies. So 9, so 4.5 is the middle. 5. So I can feel that there. That is probably the middle where that brad is. Okay, I'm just trying to, math is hard, math is hard. And then, okay, I gotta find 4.5. So here's the middle, 4.5. I'm doing inches, right? Okay. Sorry guys. This is, I'm sure it's a struggle for you guys who can do numbers quickly, but this girl just can't. Okay, that's where I want my middle hole to go, and then I want to go about 1 inch from the top. Just going to lightly make a line. And erase that after. And I want 1 inch from the top. Oh, I gotta do my, sorry. Ooh, I gotta do my 3 centimeters first. Oh, this is tough. Okay. There's that. And then so 3 centimeters from here. And 3 centimeters to here. Okay, that's where my signatures are going. And then we had 4.5. 4.5 in half is 2 1/4, I think. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is probably so painful. I'm so sorry. 2. No, I just want to go 1 inch. 1 inch. 1 inch. Okay, I've got it now. Whew. Okay. And then 1 inch and 1 inch, right? There's my dot. Okay, sorry, I'm like totally mumbling and not very coherent. How is that going to work for our book as well? Yes. Okay. So this is where it gets a little tricky. I like to work from back to front. Let's make sure we've got this the right way. I want this one to be my front signature, this one to be my back signature. I need my awl, or if you have a pokey tool, a Tim Holtz pokey tool will work as well. And I think I want to use this, and I need a needle. Okay, can I get this done in time for you guys? I got 9 minutes to try and get this sewn in for you. Can we do it? Probably not. That's okay. All right. So most important, put your self-healing mat type thing that you can poke into underneath. Get rid of that. I'm going to poke the holes in my cover first. So there's one there. And then glasses. Where's the other one? That right there. Wasn't sure if that was just a mark on the paper or if it was actually my mark. Okay, there. And then we have here. And here. And here. And here. See, once you get it measured out, things go quick. And then I just kind of want to make these just a little bit bigger, easier for my needle to go through. And then, okay. So we've got those holes. Can't really see them on the outside yet, but they're there. The important thing is that you can see them from here. Okay, now we can go ahead and erase these lines. Like it never even happened. No one will see it. All is good. Okay, grab our signature. And now I'm going to kind of line it up where I want it to be in the book from top to bottom. And the first place I'm going to poke is that middle hole. So I'm just trying to gauge. This is the tough part, is gauging where you are in your book. Okay, poke the hole through. I think I'm going to have to give it a little bit of brute force. There we go. Through. There's one. So we've got our middle. Right, middle. There you are. So it's there. I may have butchered that. We'll see. Did I not get it right? I think I don't have it right, guys. But yeah, I put my hole totally in the wrong place. Okay, well that didn't work out so well. That's okay though. I want to go higher. Right there. Okay. Sorry about that, guys, but that's okay. See, you can make a mistake and no one will know, right? And then line up those two holes. There's much easier ways to do this, guys. This is just kind of what I'm doing for this. Yeah, much easier ways. Well, why don't I just measure? Because I don't like math. That's why. Where's my little ruler? Okay. I don't know where my little ruler went, but yeah, I guess, you know, I could make it a lot easier on myself and pull out a ruler. Jeez. Again, problem solving. So put 3/4 of an inch from the top. Long ruler, short desk. Okay. It's gonna go there. I'll try that. We'll see if that works. Did it again. I did it again. I didn't measure right. See? Even if I measure, I don't get it right there. This one works. I just have to remember which ones are the right holes now when I go to sew in. Okay, so there's that one. There's this one. Now the bottom one. So this is more of a what not to do. Well, I had some good tips in there. You know, I'll give myself credit for that. I had a couple good ideas. But can't win them all, can you? Okay, let's try. Let's try going this way. Do I have my head in the way? I hope not. No one needs to see that. I think that was right there. Okay. Well, that might be a little high. Anyways, so that is how you make holes, or not to. Okay, and where are we at? Yeah, I should probably let you guys go. I got about 3 minutes, I guess. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 3 lengths of your waxed linen or whatever thread you're going to use through the eye of the needle. Just have a little bit of a tail, and then I start at the middle. So if you want your ties to be in the back, you're going to start from the back to the front. If you want your tie to be on the inside, you're going to start from the inside. So we start at the middle. I'm going to find that back hole because this is the back signature. That goes in like that. Pull it through. Sometimes I need my pliers to help me get that through. Today it worked out fairly well. Then we go to the back and we find our hole. Punch through there. And hopefully, I'm going to do the cover first and then go through the signature just because it's a little bit easier for my hands that way. And then hopefully we had our hole right. Okay. There we go. Where were we? So far so good. Okay, now we got to go back through that middle hole. And what you're going to do is you're going to take this string, pull it down, so that you don't snag it with your needle, otherwise you split the threads and you can't get a tight signature in there. Okay, and push up. Oh, I got like 3 seconds. Can I do it? And then back through. Pull. Okay, this is where we kind of want to start to pull tight. Sorry, I want to try and get under an hour here. Don't know if it's going to work. And then we've got our hole here. I think that's the right one. Come on, poke through. Oh, no, no, that's not where you go. No, not that way. Oh, you silly, silly thing. Well, I guess that's where it's gonna go. Okay. Again, things don't have to be super precise. You just have to make it sturdy. Okay, it's a little off. That's fine. It's good. There's nothing wrong with it. Make sure I went through the correct holes in the back, in the back, in the back, and these ones for the front. You're going to take this string, you're going to dive underneath that one, and then this one is going to be on this side, so you basically want each string one on either side so that you can pull tight. Tie it in a knot, like that. If you're going to hang it down and put some dangles at the bottom, you might want to double knot it at this point. If you're just going to tie a bow, go ahead and tie your bow. Come on, like so, and there you go. So we have our signature sewn in. We're a little over an hour. Sorry about that, guys, but yay, this journal is coming together quite nicely. I'm very happy with that. Oh, that was supposed to be my front signature. Oh well, that's fine. Not a big deal. We can put it in this way too. I was waffling back and forth which one I wanted where, so it doesn't matter. Alright guys, well thank you so much for joining me. We'll be back and we'll see, you get to see how far along I got in this journal. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and P.S. I love you.